what's up you guys? So yesterday was Johnny's surgery day, so now we're officially on day 1 of post-op. Everything's been going really well so far. He's feeling really good. We've just been hanging out. We finally finished watching Parks and Rec, which is something that we've been trying to do pretty much all summer. We've just been so swamped with everything. So yeah, we finally finished Parks and Rec. We're actually spending, some quality time together. Despite the circumstance of him being laid up, it's actually really nice to spend the quality time together. So yeah, he's doing really well. Not really needing a lot of the pain medication, which is super nice, super good for him. It's definitely weird being on this side of it, having to care for and trying to understand what he needs versus what I needed when I was in the situation, because we're both different. We're going through similar experiences, but we handle things very differently. We're just very different people. So it's not only been a learning experience for him, but it's also been one for me as well. I'm just glad that we can kind of empathize with one another now, that we've both, been through this situation together and we've both seen both sides of it. I guess if I have learned one thing thus far, it's that if you're like the patient, just be patient. This is kind of funny. Be patient with the person who is like your main caretaker. Be so patient with them. My first 3 surgeries, it was my mom who was taking care of me, and man, when I was a teenager, I was not patient with her at all. So Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you for showing me grace when I didn't deserve it, because you're the real MVP, Mom. I love you so much. And Johnny, with my knee surgery earlier this year, he just was so great and so patient with me, having not ever gone through this experience with me before. So yeah, just be really patient, because it is really difficult being the person that is the main caretaker of the invalid, I guess. Yeah, it's really difficult having a dog, well, a puppy and a cat and another human to take care of solely, and trying to balance, my work and everything else, trying to keep the house in order. It's a lot, but we're going through it, and each day is just gonna get better and better. So I'm about to go off and run some errands, and I will catch up with you guys once I get back. Hey guys, I am back from running errands. There is a surprising amount of people out in the middle of the day just doing whatever. A lot of people work the 9 to 5, including myself. So I never really see what the actual world is like during the hours of 8 to 5 p.m. And there's a lot of people out there just doing their thing. But yeah, I got a bunch of goodies. Hold on, let me grab them for you. Okay, so 98% of this is just groceries. So that's not super fun to, talk about. But 2 things I do want to mention. Got vanilla wafers, because wouldn't be the Barlow household if we didn't have 3 different kinds of vanilla wafers in our house. We love them. They are such a good snack. They're a good snack. They're not the best, but they're great. If you've ever been to Aldi, if you guys have or know what Aldi is my favorite grocery store. I love it so much. I got this little, it's a 24 pocket expandable, look at all those pockets. It's a file folder thing. Since we have so much going on, we have a ton of medical stuff with Johnny and me, all that paperwork, and now we have a puppy and we have a cat, and keeping all of their paperwork in order, and with our lease for our apartment and both of our cars, just want to keep all that paperwork in order. We have a small file folder right now that has 5 files in it, and as our family keeps growing and as we keep having more things go on, I just thought it was time to get a new one. So this is going to be super cool for all of our medical documents. Please keep track of your medical documents. Oh my word, it is so important to do that. I didn't do it at all when I was a teen and going through it. My father especially was very adamant about keeping our documents in order and keeping all of our payments in order and everything, and I wish I would have learned from him sooner, but I'm learning now. So it doesn't have to be something like this, but just have a place, if you don't already, have a place where you keep all of your medical stuff just in order, in case you see a bill come across, or you see something that doesn't look right, or you're wondering, why did I get charged for that? Isn't that covered by my insurance? Make sure you keep all that documentation, because I know that most of the world is paperless right now, and it will just continue. There will be less paper in the future, but it's so important to keep that documentation with you. So definitely do that, or just whatever system works for you. Everybody has their own way. This was a good system that works for both of us, and yeah, I'm really excited to find that. It was $3 for that, which, no, it's not the best quality, but it's perfect for what we need right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go inside and take care of all of the pets and take care of Johnny, and we'll go from there. right, it's the morning of day 2. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit puppier than yesterday. That's supposed to be a pun on peppy.
Yeah, I got it.
Wasn't sure if it came across.
No, but really, how are you feeling?
Sick of sitting and not being able to do a lot of things. My knee always feels better after I do the stretches, so I just did my set 4 this morning. And now I'm going to sit in bed for 4 hours. And by bed, I mean couch. Basically the same thing as far as I'm concerned.
Our first excursion out of the house. Well, your first excursion out of the house. Okay, how do you want to do this? You got it.
Oh.
You're doing great. Yes. Let's go. Do you want me to hold them? Nailed it. Oh. Okay. This is an 8x12. 9x12?
Oh, there's an 8 in there.
That's by 14.
Oh, wait, just kidding.
Oh, if it's not. You think we can return it if it doesn't fit?
I mean, we can, yes. So 11 by 14 would be the closest thing to a scale
Okay.
mat around the outside.
Do they have one with mat around the outside?
No, they have mats in the next pile. These are also like the cheapest frames.
Oh, okay.
These are
So happy.
there's like a walnut looking one.
This one?
Yeah.
Let's put it in our pile of various frames. Pew, 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 pew. I have been up for almost 3 hours already. I am exhausted, and this morning we got to bring Johnny to physical therapy at 6:45. Not leaving the house at 6:45, but being at physical therapy at 6:45, which is 20 minutes away. And we have a puppy, and getting Johnny down the apartment stairs, and just everything. It's been a long day already. The point being, I'm exhausted, and I also have a really long day at work today. We're super busy. As far as my job goes, this is probably one of the busiest weeks of the year for me. Then my home life is also equally as insane. So I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends. Comment down below if you also feel that way. I'm just tired. Happy day 3, post-op. How are you feeling?
I was trying to come up with a joke, didn't work. A little bit out of it right now. I don't know why, just like very lightheaded and sort of woozy. But other than that, I'm good.
That's good. How's your leg feeling?
Like a leg.
Yeah. What's been the biggest challenge you've had so far with this?
Not falling over. A little bit klutzy.
Yeah. That's okay. We're about to go on an adventure.
Yay!
Yay! I was going to ask you, have you learned anything in the last 3.5 days?
I learned that jelly made from meat juices is called aspic.
You are not going off of your crossword puzzles.
I am going off.
No!
I learned that a tile in a mosaic is called
That is
a
not what I was...
tessera.
Oh, my word.
How cool of a word is that? Tessera. Like tessellation. I learned that it's hard to crutch when you can't see / when you first wake up in the morning. Requires balance. I learned... I don't know. I guess that's it.
Hey guys, so it's the end of the day on Saturday, and to be honest, Johnny hasn't been feeling super great most of the day, so that's why it's just me giving you an update. We had big plans for our Saturday to go out and a football scrimmage and do a bunch of other things, and as soon as we were on our way driving over there, he started feeling real woozy and nauseous. For a variety of other reasons, we just decided not to go. So we came back to Johnny's parents' house, and we've been hanging out here for most of the day, just letting Johnny relax. I've been taking care of our puppy, and she's been running around and having a great time. It's just a little update on that. Yeah, so we're gonna just spend the rest of the day relaxing and spending time with family and going from there. He does have to work tomorrow, which is really unfortunate. I wish he could have had another day just to kind of get back to his normal self, but the way that his job is, he doesn't exactly have that luxury, so I'll try and keep you updated. Mainly on Instagram would probably be, if you wanted to keep following his updates, Instagram stories would be the place to find it, as well as on here. So yeah, I do have to say, if I have learned one thing, this experience as a whole, going from being the person who always has the surgeries to being the person that is taking care of someone who has had knee surgery, I expected to know more. I didn't expect to be as surprised as I have been each day, just learning how to best take care of someone. Granted, I had a little bit of an advantage just because I had been through this before, so I kind of understood to an effect what Johnny needed for the most part, and understanding his pain, and we could empathize with each other because I've been through the knee surgery and now he has been through the knee surgery. He was a novice to start this because he had never been on crutches before, he had never had knee surgery, so this was a complete new experience for him. Just like with me, this was a complete new experience being on the other side of it. I definitely have learned a lot being patient. Like I said earlier in the video, oh my word, just patience and communication is key. While Johnny and I have been going through similar surgeries and similar injuries, we handle it in completely different ways just because we are such different people. So my big issue has always been, I want to get out, I want to be able to move, I want to be able to go places, I want to be able to be independent, I can do things on my own. I have always been that way. Every knee surgery, that's just who I am as a person. I've always been very independent. I have no qualms about sharing that. Versus Johnny doesn't super care whether or not he can, he does care obviously, but it's not as big of a deal to him to be able to go out and do things as it was for me, just because he's definitely more of the homebody type, which is not a problem, versus I'm the type of person that likes to go out. So I think his main issue was that he was just uncomfortable all the time. Not necessarily in as much pain, but he's a chronic fidgeter, so he always wants to move. Whenever we sit on the couch and like binge watch Netflix or something, he's constantly shifting around. And with this type of injury, you can't really do that. You have to keep your leg propped up and iced and just wait, which is super difficult. You get to do your exercises and that type of thing, but yeah, so while we have had similar injuries, just the way that we deal, the things that are the most frustrating to us are different, and I didn't really anticipate that. I should have. It should have been clear we're very different people, but that was definitely something that was surprising to me. So it was almost humbling in a way, because going into this, I was like, oh, I've done this, plenty of times before. I'm gonna know everything that he needs, and I'm gonna know exactly how he feels. And while I do definitely understand mostly how he feels, everyone is different. Everyone goes through pain and struggles differently. I could have done a better job foreseeing that and adapting to that. So it's definitely not to say this week hasn't been difficult. I have been incredibly stressed trying to take care of Johnny and our new 9-week-old puppy, and trying to prevent the cat and the dog from provoking one another, and trying to balance my job and everything else. But overall, it's definitely been an experience that has brought the two of us together, even at times where it feels like I'm drowning. And anyway, that's kind of the update I wanted to give. Yeah, so we're just going to be relaxing for most of the evening, and yeah, we'll go from there. Like I said, if you want to keep up with us, I'll leave our information down below. If you want to keep up with us, follow us on our little journey, you can subscribe. Click the like button if you like this video, and you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'll link those down below. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me and Johnny and joining us on this crazy experience in 2018. Has been a heck of a year, and I can't believe it's like mid-October, October. I'm ready for Halloween. I can't believe it's mid-August, pretty much the end of August. Soon enough it'll be Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, and it'll be the new year, it'll be 2019. So, thanks guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.